Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This is Dal, of course, with another video. This is my summer backlog and challenge sort of update video. I could have done this probably sooner, but the fact is I wouldn't have anything to show for it now, because I didn't really have this time like say 2 weeks ago. Wouldn't really have much to show, but since then, since I'm currently on holidays from work, the summer backlogs games have pretty much been my main focus to finish and get through as much as possible before I go back to work now. And problem is as well, because it's August now and there's a certain game that I'm very much looking forward to that's coming out towards the end of the month that will probably put a damper on my summer backlog stuff. And that is Darksiders 2, which is my most anticipated game for the rest of the year, and I can't wait for it. But anyway, this is about the summer backlog, it's not about Darksiders 2, but we'll probably talk about Darksiders 2 in a video in the future, because I can't wait for that game nonetheless. But this, as you know, I did a summer backlog video a few months ago now, and I chose 10 games on 10 different platforms to play through, and the games were in no particular order: 3D Dark Game Heroes, Okami Din, Panzer Dragoon Order, Mirror's Edge, Plok, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Star Fox Assault, Spyro Year of the Dragon, Jet Force Gemini, and Yakuza. I believe that's it. Yeah, I believe that's the 10 now. Could be complete. I could have said something twice now, but I believe that's the the ones that I mentioned now anyway. But anyway, I finished 4 of the games thus far, so I'm making a pretty good progress, I believe now. So I'm pretty much almost halfway through. You say, well, that's pretty good now, the 2 months or something now, but no, it's not 2 months, because I actually started my summer backlog challenge on the 17th of May, not the 1st of June, and therefore I'm only going to go to the 16th of September. So that's it, 16th of September will be my deadline then, and therefore if I don't finish all the games by 16th of September, then that's it, failed then. And I believe but I believe a few other ones as well probably start on the 1st of June and work their way to September. So I have 10 games to finish. Some people have 5, some people have 3, it just depends though, but I just wanted to do 10 games on 10 different platforms. I've finished 4 thus far, and I'm going to get through them now here, try to make this as quick as possible, but this probably will be 2 parts, because I'm on my iPhone, and iPhone doesn't record anything longer, say 10 or 15 minutes, so it'll have to be 2 parts unfortunately, because I ramble on. Anyway, my first game is Mirror's Edge. This is the first game I finished back in June. I started in May, I believe, though, but I kind of put it aside, and then I actually finished it. I believe I finished it in June, so I did. Completely, I think I did. This is a game that a lot of people really like. I think this is one of the it's kind of maybe a bit of a cult classic or something, and a lot of people basically are really pleading the dice to make a sequel. So they are, and I thought the game was good. I enjoyed the game, but I just don't think, in a way, I don't think it deserves the praise that some people give it. And some people, I don't necessarily agree with some of the people giving the praise though. But I'm not going to say they're wrong. But probably in a way I am though. But I'm not going to condemn them for it now, because everyone has their own opinion. But as I said, I enjoy the game. I like the whole free running parkour aspect, jumping over gaps in buildings and climbing up walls and things like that. Now it's all cool and all. The main sort of thing I have problems with is the controls sometimes get annoying though, and some parts in the game are quite frustrating, and it took me a fair few tries to go through. Because you can either go through the game without, you can go through the game, disabling guards weapons, and use the guns and shoot the other guards and things like that. You can do that. I'm sure that would make the game easier than it is. But I wanted for the more authentic experience, pretty much, where I go through the game without firing a single bullet. Basically, all you do is disable the guards, but when you have the gun, just basically drop it. So, and just run away and things like that. Now that's pretty much what I've done. Didn't went through the entire game like firing a single bullet and I got that achievement because there's an achievement tied to it. But I it's a good game. Just the environments look pretty much the same. Inside and out, like the building, like the whole areas look the same. Though just kind of got boring, looking the same kind of color palette and things like that. Like it looks nice. It does look nice, but the fact is, it looks nice throughout because it's pretty much the same thing you're looking at for 5 to 10 hours. It's just, I don't know. I enjoyed the game. I think it's a good game. I just don't think it's a brilliant game. I don't think it's a great game. Next game, Star Fox Assault. So it is. Again, like Mara said, it's a game I enjoyed and I think it's good, but not necessarily great or brilliant now. Mainly because the fact is that I just would have preferred it was just, solely R-Wing levels, because that's where Star Fox is based. And unfortunately, I think there's like 2 or 3 of those levels in this tops. So there is, while the rest of them are, third person, on foot or, using the Landmaster, but you can also use the R-Wing, but they're like, open, like they're kind of like, these open like areas, and you fly around it and do certain objectives, which are pretty much all the same. That's probably one of the reasons, like the objectives in each of the levels, those levels are pretty much the same. Destroy certain number of targets on the come up as like big red dots on the radar map. Do that, then a cutscene might happen. Basically do the same thing again, except it might be different, like enemy targets or whatever. Do that, and then fight a boss or somewhat. That's pretty much all you're going to get in that there. It's like, yeah, that's kind of tedious. Just let me, just get me all wing and go through the levels, just, let linear levels, have action in the thing, and then go. Yeah, that's it. Go. That's pretty much all I want. But unfortunately, most of the levels consist of, being on the ground, Fox on the ground, going on the R-Wing or Landmaster and, destroying these targets. Shame though, I enjoyed the game. It's a good game, but not brilliant. Star Fox 64 Lilac Wars, still the best Star Fox game in my opinion. And unfortunately, this is the last console Star Fox game there's been, and this game's 7 years old. So we're going to see one. Didn't see one on the Wii. Will we see one on the Wii U? Who knows? The next game is New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And I pretty much completed this game because I actually finished all 9 worlds and got every single star coin. So I completed this game. There's nothing else for me to do in this game. Because the fact is, I finished World 8 now, but as I say, I'm not going to count that as, like, I just want to finish all the levels, proper levels, get all the star points, and I wasn't going to count it as done. I'm not done on the other games now, but I just want to get done on this here, make sure I've done all that stuff, and so say, yeah, I proper completed this game, and didn't say I didn't kind of finished until I'd done that task, and which I did last week. This game is a great game now. It's a very enjoyable game, just some cool levels. Some of the star coins are pretty tricky to get though, and they're probably make the game a bit harder than it is. And trying to get some of those star coins, because you need certain power ups, and you have to do certain, sometimes you need to do certain suicidal techniques to get some of them. So you do. But it's a great game though, really enjoyable. It's a good classic 2D, platform and action for Mario. Of course, it's not bad. It's nowhere near as good as Galaxy games, because quite frankly, they're the best games of the way in my opinion. But they're good games, and of course they're pretty much handing them out now with New Super Mario Bros. 2 and U coming out pretty much. I don't know if the Wii U version's coming out in this year, but we'll just have to wait and see. But there's no release date. But as I said, like those two games are coming out soon enough anyway. Second one, 2's coming out this month actually. But great game. And finally, Plok, whatever you want to say. This is actually one I just finished yesterday. I decided to go up to my room where like my retro stuff's up there now, and decided to sit down and actually start playing and not finish it until not get up until I finished it. And that's pretty much what I did, apart from getting a bit interrupted. But in terms of just pausing it and taking like an hour break now, I didn't do that. And I finished this game, and this game's been on my backlog for quite a while. I've had this game for quite a long time now, and I finally finished it. And it's a great game. It's a great underrated platformer in my opinion on the Super Nintendo though. And it has some great music as well. Some really cool music in this game as well. I just realised like playing through this game, yeah, this game's great music. And go online to YouTube or something and listen to some of the tracks. So they're pretty cool. They're not like some of the best music you'll ever hear now, but in terms of classic style, just like listening to good old 16-bit music, definitely check them out. There is some great music in this here. And as I said, I finished it finally though, and like the last area in the game, which is the flea pit, is pretty much all new to me, because the first I got before was the boss Rocky fella, which is just basically this thing, has this big stone head coming out of the ground and with big fists. Finally beat it, and then I got to the flea pit, which basically consists of a number of levels where you drive around in a vehicle, whether it may be a car, a tank, a helicopter, or like a UFO. And those levels are pretty tricky. Some of them, they're not easy. And that area alone probably took me over an hour to do, because some of the levels I had to go through a few times to finish, because they were pretty tricky. But I finally beat it though, beat the Flea Queen and finished it. And like if you've seen my Twitter though, then you know I finished it because I posted the end credits, so I did, as a picture. But a really great game, a really good underrated platformer, and just nice to see finally put this game to rest though, and say yeah, I finally finished Plok. I've had it for like nearly 19 years pretty much, well 18 years pretty much this year, so I did. But just finally glad to have it finished. Great game though, very recommended. I'm actually going to stop this video now and actually do a part 2, because I might ramble on here a bit and might go over the length. So I'll see you all in part 2.